Hi, I'm Ross Benjamin reporting for the Offshore Gaming Association. That's OSGA.com, your number one source for information on the offshore sportsbook industry. That's OSGA.com. I'm going to be previewing Saturday's classic college football rivalry game between the 6 and 5 Navy midshipmen and the 8 and 3 Army Black Knights. The game will take place at Lincoln Field in Philadelphia with the opening kickoff slated for 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday afternoon. Army was a 21-17 winner over Navy a season ago, and that broke a 14-game losing streak at the hands of Navy for the Army Black Knights. As a matter of fact, Army hadn't defeated Navy before last season since 2001. And one other side note, folks, Army has not defeated Navy in consecutive seasons since 1996. And remind you, if you're not aware of it already, this is an annual rivalry. Now, the game last season also went under the total of 47.5, as I alluded to, the final score 21-17, and that made for 11 consecutive Army and Navy games that have gone under the total. Let's look at these two teams' strength of schedule, and the edge definitely goes to Navy in that regard. Army has faced just two FBS opponents this season that currently have winning records. On the other hand, Navy has faced 6 teams that currently have a win percentage of better than 500, and the midshipmen unfortunately went just 1-5 in those contests, and their only win came against Florida Atlantic in their season opener, Florida Atlantic being the Sun Belt Conference champion, one of the hottest teams as far as small conferences goes in America right now. Now, even though Navy started out 5-0 and lost 5 of their last 6, it also must be noted, once again, very important, Navy's 5 losses this season have all come by 10 points or less. This is not a team that's easily blown out, and add to that fact, they played a very tough schedule in the American Athletic Conference, as well as facing a non-conference nationally ranked opponent in Notre Dame and barely coming up short in that contest, 24-17, while easily covering as a double-digit underdog. These are the top 2 rushing teams in the country. Army comes in ranked number 1 nationally at 368 yards per contest, while Navy has rushed for 347 yards per game. These are also the top 2 teams in time of possession. Navy is number 1 nationally at 36 minutes and 29 seconds of time of possession on average in each of their first 11 games this season, and Army, on the other hand, second nationally at 34 minutes per contest. Now, this total opened at 51 earlier this week, and it has since dropped to 46. Couple factors here. Number one, I already touched upon 11 games straight in this series under the total. Number two, the game being played in a cold weather climate in Philadelphia, and currently as we speak, the weather forecast for Saturday afternoon at kickoff is anywhere between 32 to 34 degrees, and they're predicting a light snowfall throughout the morning and right up until kickoff, and possibly even into the first half of this contest. If there's any two teams in America that won't be affected by weather conditions, it's both of these clubs. I already alluded to the fact they're potent rushing attacks, top 2 nationally, and the bottom line here is these aren't teams that like to pass the ball. As a matter of fact, Army has attempted passes on just 5% of their offensive plays this season, while Navy is just over a tad over, I should say, 12% of the time passing the ball on their offensive plays. Having said that, Navy, when they do throw the ball, has been very effective. Their completion rate won't show it, but their yards per passing attempt is over 10 yards per attempt, and that would rank right up there nationally with some of the best teams in the country, albeit it's a very small sample size. So I think it's going to come down to this when it comes to the ATS winner in this game. I mentioned time of possession. Both teams will be able to move the ball on the ground. There's no two ways about it. Navy is a tad more, well, they are more dangerous in the passing game as compared to an Army team that averages just 4 pass attempts per game and 1 completion per game. Think about that for a second. In a pass happy environment in college football in 2017, these two teams do the polar opposite, and other than Air Force, do it more frequently than any other team in the country. I think it's going to come down to the time of possession in this game. Whoever wins the time of possession battle will probably, and I would say a high probability of coming on top in this contest. I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to look at the total in this game. I alluded to the fact 51 down to 46. I think both of these teams will move the ball effectively. I think too much is being put upon the weather conditions in the Northeast and also the fact that these teams very rarely pass the ball. I'm going to go over the total of 46 in this contest. Be sure to visit my website, rbwins.com, where you can purchase all the games I personally wager on myself as well as my paying clients receive. Currently, I'm on a tremendous roll in the NBA, 35-16 with my last 51. That's good for 69% and a very decent sized sample size, I should say. A little bit of an oxymoron there. And then also, I'm also 18-9 with my last 27 college football selections. That's good for 67%. Again, folks, rbwins.com. You can call me direct, 781-571-0299, 781-571-0299. I employ no salespeople, and you will talk to me direct. And when you call, if you tell me you watch this video, Army Navy betting preview, I'll give you 20% off any package that I currently have, any subscription package that is. Again, 781-571-0299. I accept all major credit cards. Till the next time, good luck with all your picks.